Tonight, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Dennis Day, Rochester, Meredith Wilson and his orchestra, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, speaking for the United States government, Mr. Lionel Barrymore.
Good evening, fellow citizens. Before we talk about today's victory parade, I'd like to mention another victory parade. The one that commandos and rangers started the other day in the neighborhood of Dieppe. Sooner or later, that parade's really going to get rolling. And when it does, when the invasion of Europe really starts, we're going to have help. Tremendous help. The help of the people in those countries now feeling the crushing weight of Hitler's boot. Those people are oppressed, but not conquered. Now they're fighting underground, but pretty soon they'll be out in the open, our allies. And when that day comes, I'd hate to be Hitler. Well, now let's get back to what brought us here in the first place, the 12th Victory Parade show in a series of top NBC programs. The people who create these programs, have volunteered to give an extra performance for you, for their country. So you can hear vital government messages as well as your favorite entertainment. And now for some of your favorite entertainment. It begins every Sunday night, something like this.
On for victory! Ladies and gentlemen, Meredith Wilson and his orchestra open the show with Mind If I Tell You I Love You. That was Mind If I Tell You I Love You, played by the orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present our master of ceremonies, a Nero on the violin, a hero in pictures, and a zero in person, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny, your little goose egg talking. And, Don, I must admit that was a very funny introduction, but I guess I'm just not in the mood for it. If I happen to be a little bit irritable and nervous today, you'll have to excuse me.
Why? What's the matter with you, Jack?
Well, I've been on a very strict diet for about a week now, and it's kind of getting on my nerves.
Diet? Say, that's something new for you, isn't it?
Yes, since I've been doing well. You see, Don, I started my new picture at 20th Century Fox, and they insist I take off some weight.
Oh, I see. Well, just what are you allowed to eat?
Well, for breakfast, I have orange juice. That's all, see. And for lunch, I have orange juice and watercress. See, and then for dinner, I have watercress, a sliced banana, and a pickled parsnip. I've been so weak lately, I have to send my laundry out.
Well, that is
and all
pretty
because
tough.
I'm making a movie,
That's pretty tough, Jack.
I'll say it is. I told the studio that I'd stick to the diet for the first part of the picture. But when I get to the love scenes, I gotta have raw meat. Ooh. Yes, sir.
Say, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary.
Thanks, fellas.
What were you going to say? Mary?
Well, I had an uncle that went on a diet, and he lost 23 pounds in 7 days. He ate nothing but soup for a whole week.
Nothing but soup. So he must have had a lot of willpower.
No, my aunt gave his teeth to the rubber drive.
That's a very patriotic gesture. But what's your uncle going to do for teeth now?
He's going to join the Elks 26 times.
Well, that ought to do the trick. But I'll tell you one thing, Mary. My diet is really doing me some good. Can't you notice any difference in me?
Well, your hair is much thinner.
That's not what I meant. Anyway, my hair isn't thin. It's just the way I got it parted.
You should have a part that big in your new picture.
They're just laughing at you because you're a girl. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm only the leading man in that picture, that's all.
Oh, by the way, Jack, I understand they're going to make this picture of yours in Technicolor. Is that right?
No, Don, they're not. I had tests made in Technicolor, but it didn't work out very well.
Why? What happened?
Well, due to a peculiar pigment in my eyes, they photograph yellow. You see? So when I stick out my tongue, my face looks like ham and eggs. Anyway, regular film is good enough for me.
Who's the feminine lead in your picture, Jack?
Oh, I'm playing opposite the cutest girl, Priscilla Lane.
Priscilla Lane. Hey, she's a little young for you, isn't she?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I do.
You keep out of it. And believe me, Don, the minute I saw Miss Lane, I didn't mind going on a diet. She's worth it.
You know, Jack, a diet wouldn't hurt me either. I've been thinking about cutting down on my food a little bit, too.
Yeah, you better cut down a lot, brother. From where I'm standing, you've already started a second front. No kidding.
And from where I'm standing...
Never mind. Oh, he's going into all sides of this question, huh? Say, it's about time for a band number. Where's Phil Harris?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Jack. Phil isn't going to be on the program tonight. We've got Meredith Wilson and his orchestra instead.
Oh, Meredith Wilson. Isn't that him standing over there?
Yes, would you like to meet him?
No, but I suppose I should. I don't want him to think I'm high hat just because I can look like ham and eggs if I want to. All right. But bring him over. Huh?
Oh, Meredith, come over here a minute, will you?
Why, sure. Hello, Jack. I'm Meredith Wilson.
How are you, Meredith? Don't spoil them, boys. It's only a band. Say, Meredith, you know Mary Livingston, don't you?
Sure. Hello, Mary.
Hello.
Nice-looking fellow, isn't he, Mary?
You mean to me or to you?
To you. What do I care how he looks? You got such a big laugh, you killed mine. Well, Meredith. It's good to be back on the air again, though, doesn't it? Well, Meredith, we're about ready for a little music. Do you play the same type of numbers that Phil Harris does?
Well, not exactly. You see, my style has a much more classical trend and leans a great deal towards the artistic and the symphonic.
Oh, I see.
In other words, I'm a genius.
Well, you're the only genius I ever saw with such a blank look on his face. You know, Mary, I think this guy is as stupid as Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you think I'm stupid, you ought to see my grandfather. He's bent all the way over like this.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the Lulu!
Stop stealing Harris's stuff. Anyway, that's one of the oldest gags I've ever heard. Go ahead, genius. Let's have a number. Serenade played by Genius Wilson and his orchestra. And really, Meredith, you did that number beautifully. You know, I noticed that your boys were simply carried away as you conducted. What causes that?
Well, I dipped my fingers in Chanel number 5. It entrances them.
Well, Phil Harris must dip his in corn syrup. At least that's the way the resulting gets. Incidentally, Meredith, I was thinking while you were playing that selection, well,
You what, Jag?
Well, we go back on the air in October with my regular program, and, well, inasmuch as you have such a swell band, I thought we kind of might get together there, you know?
Well, what about Harris and his boys? After all, they've been with you for a long time.
Look, Meredith, I always figure like this. There's no sympathy in business. You've got a good band, I'd like to have you with me. Now, how much would it cost me a week to have you in your orchestra?
Well...
Come on, what's your salary?
Well, my wife's listening in, and I don't want her to know how much I make, you know.
Oh, I see. But I'd sure like to have you, Meredith. I'll tell you what. Come over here and tell me how much you want. Whisper it to me.
Okay.
No, I won't, really, I won't tell anybody. All right, Meredith, how much will it cost me? I see.
Well, Harris is back with us again.
You said it. Yes, I think I'll string along with Phil. After all, he's got a baby and everything. You know.
I've got 2 babies.
I don't care if you've got guinea pigs. I'm not going to pay that kind of money. That's all. Say, Don.
Say, now, wait a minute. You can't lead me on and then cast me aside like an old shoe.
I can't, eh? Say, Don.
Well, what about it? Do I get that job or not?
Not unless you work cheaper than Harris, and that shouldn't happen to a dog. Now, Meredith, go lie down or something. I'm weak. Say, Don.
Yes, Jack.
Where's Dennis Day?
Here I am, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, kid. Meredith Wilson thinks I'm going to pay that kind of dough. Oh, Dennis, pardon me, Dennis. Say, Dennis, you were a little late getting here tonight, huh?
Oh, I've been here all the time, Mr. Benny. I was sitting over in the corner talking to myself.
Oh, talking to yourself, huh? Was it an interesting conversation?
I'll say, we were talking about girls.
Well, anyway, Dennis, I haven't seen you in almost 3 months. Your vacation did you a lot of good. You look swell.
Thanks. And say, Mr. Benny, did you notice something else about me?
What?
Look here, I've got lipstick all over my collar.
Well, I'll be darned. Lipstick on your collar, huh? Where'd you get it, kid?
From my mother.
Your mother?
Yeah, but don't tell anyone. I want people to think I'm a wolf.
Some wolf.
Oh, yeah? I'll bet you wish you were as young as I am again and know what I know.
Oh, fine. Isn't that awful, Mary?
Well, at least he eats meat.
I'll be eating it, too. And listen, Dennis, when I was 6 years old, I knew more than you know right now.
Okay.
Gosh. You know, those were the days. You should have seen me, Mary, when I was a kid. Gee, I was the cutest kid. I had rosy cheeks, big blue eyes, and long blonde curls, way down to my shoulders.
Were you a boy or a girl?
I was a boy. What do you think I was? You see, there's no use getting sentimental around here. You know?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jack. I kind of like reminiscing. Gee, I can remember when I was a boy. I was some kid. Yeah? You know, in those days, I could turn 8 handsprings in a row.
Well, you can turn a handspring now, can't you, Don?
Yes, if I back into a blowtorch.
Oh, then I wouldn't reminisce if I were you. But it is fun, though, isn't it? Huh?
You know, Mr. Benny, I'm not as old as you fellas, but I've got my memories, too.
You have, Dennis?
Yeah, you know, I can remember when I smoked my first cigarette.
Your first cigarette, eh? When was that, Dennis?
Last night. Boy, am I sick.
Well, it serves you right. I'll never forget the first time I ever smoked a cigar. It was in a pool room in Waukegan. Oh, boy. I thought I'd never get my head out of the side pocket. Oh, Gwinny, dear. But you know, fellas, speaking of when we were kids, listen, I've got to mention one thrill I had, and I know it came to every one of us.
What was that, Jack?
Gosh, will you ever forget the day we put on our first pair of long pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pass.
Mary. You're not supposed to be in this, for heaven's sake.
You know, Jack, I was a child once.
Well, you don't say, man.
Yes, sir. I had rosy cheeks, big blue eyes, and long blonde curls way down to my ankles.
Way down to your ankles.
They started at my chest.
Oh, well, then yours were no longer than mine were. At least not much.
Oh, Jack, you're always talking about the beautiful curls you had when you were a child. I never even saw a picture of them.
Well, here's a picture of me right here. Wait a minute, I get it. Look at that. See those curls?
That's a mop.
That's my head. I had a long, skinny neck. The only mop you ever saw was an Adam's apple, sister. Like, everybody insults me. You know, before the program, Lionel Barrymore came over to me and says, you know, I've been a fan of yours ever since I was a little kid. Can you imagine that? Awful, you know? Anyhow, none of us are kids anymore, so let's get back to the program. Say, Dennis, how about a song? We haven't heard you in a couple of months now.
Okay. Say, get a load of Phil Harris standing there by the orchestra. He looked so good I hardly knew him.
That's Meredith Wilson.
Oh,
With 2 L's. Now, what's it going to be, Dennis?
I'm going to sing a new number called This Is Worth Fighting For.
All right, let's have it. Hold it a minute. Come in.
Mr. Benny,
Yes.
you know, when I was a kid, I had rosy cheeks, big blue eyes, and long blonde curls way down to my armpits.
Well,
I've still got the pitch. Get out of here.
you should see his head, folks. It looks like Doolittle made a direct hit. Sing, Dennis.
This is the land where I was born not so long ago. This is the land that's troubled now with worry and with woe. There was a question pounding my brain, what to do, what to do. When out of a dream, the answer came into view. I saw peaceful valley with a carpet of corn for a floor, and I heard a voice within me whisper, "This is worth fighting for." I saw a little old cabin with a river that flowed by the door, and I heard a voice within me whisper, "This is worth fighting for." Didn't I build that cabin? Didn't I plant that corn? Didn't my folks before me fight for this country before I was born? I gathered my loved ones around me, and I gave at each face I adored. Then I heard a voice within me whisper, "This is worth fighting for." Didn't I build that cabin? Didn't I plant that corn? My folks before me fight for this country before I was born. arms around me, and I gazed at each face I adored. Then I heard a voice within me, one more. This is the fighting
This Is Worth Fighting For, sung by Dennis Day and conducted by that eminent artist, Mr. Meredith Wilson. Meredith, I must say it was very impressive, especially the graceful way you waved your hands around during the song there.
Impressive, eh?
Yes. That phony diamond on your little finger shows up much better that way. You know?
What do you mean phony? I paid $2 for it.
Well, those rings are out of date, and you know it. You ought to see it, fellas. It's got a hole you can peek through, you know? I think I know the girl, too. Anyway, fellas.
Can I see that ring, Mr. Wilson?
Dennis, take it easy. Anyway, fellas, I started to say...
Here, Dennis, you can look at it.
Thanks.
Anyway, fellas, I started to say, as long as I have most of my cast together here this afternoon...
Oh, boy.
Dennis! Give Mr. Wilson his ring back and pay attention. As I've been trying to say, fellas, as long as I have most of my cast together here this afternoon on this program for war bonds, I'd like to put a little proposition up to you. Now, listen carefully. I'd like to deduct 10% out of your paycheck each and every week and buy war stamps and bonds with this money. Is that all right with everybody?
Well, gee whiz, Mr. Benny, you've already taken 10% out of my salary.
Well, that's because I'm your agent. This is another 10%. This is to purchase war stamps and bonds for you. And besides, you get a nice button to wear on your coat.
Can I peek through it?
No. Now, Mary, is it all right if I take 10% out of your salary?
Yes, and it'd be all right if you started paying me, too, Bob.
Well, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. I'll show you up right now, young lady. When did you get your last check?
When I was working for the May Company.
Well, if you want to start getting them there again, just keep on talking. Gosh, to hear you dream up things, you think I cared more for money than I do about friendship.
Name me one friend that you've got.
Now, cut that out. And it's Mervyn Leroy. We're together all the time. We go to fights together, we play cards together, and we've even got a girl. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Now, Don.
Yes, Jack.
Don, is it okay with you if I deduct 10% from your salary?
Yes, Jack, it certainly is. You know, war is not economical and easy to win. But by all of us joining the 10% Club, we're enrolling in an organization that will play an important part in beating the Axis, winning the war, and winning the peace.
You said it. You said it. Don, I'm sure everybody listening in agrees with you. And now, kids, before we go any further, I've got something else very important to tell you. We're going to start our programs this fall broadcasting from New York. And from there, we're going to tour for several weeks around the East, then work our way back to the coast, appearing at various camps to entertain the boys in the service. So I want you all to make your plans accordingly. Now, are there any questions?
Yes, are we going to travel by covered wagon?
No, we're not going to travel by covered wagon. You know how tough it is to get an ox team nowadays? We're going by train. By train. Now, is there anything you want to know, Dennis?
Yeah, when we get on the train, do I have to sleep in your berth again?
Yes, Dennis, because it's very difficult to get reservations.
Well, I remember lots of trips we took when there was hardly anybody on the train, and you still made me sleep with you.
Never mind. So remember, fellas.
Gosh, every night he snores, I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy.
Listen, Dennis, as Brazil said to the Axis yesterday, nuts. Anyway, fellas, due to the crowded conditions, we'll have to double up on the train.
And the best way to double up is eat green apples.
Oh, brother, will I be glad to see Harris again. Anyway, I'll handle everything. I don't want any beefing. After all, this is a... I'll take it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Hello, Rochester. What do you want?
Well, in the first place, boss, are you in a benevolent and a philanthropic state of mind?
What?
You know the words of the rainbow over your shoulder?
Not exactly. Now, what do you want?
Well, I want to take my girl out for a ride tonight, and I was wondering if I could borrow your Maxwell.
Absolutely not. I've got good tires on that car, and I want to conserve the rubber.
Good tires?
Yes.
The right rear's a tennis shoe, a hot water bottle, and a girdle.
Never mind.
And our spare is a hoop snake.
I don't care. If you want to take your girl out, you can very well take her riding on the streetcar. What's wrong with that?
Well, for one thing, you can't get the motorman to park in the moonlight at the psychological moment.
That's too bad. Now, you leave the Maxwell on the garage.
But I'm phoning from my girl's house on Central Avenue.
What? You already drove the car down there?
Not exactly. It follows me like a dog.
That's a lie. Now, you drive that car straight home and don't go over 40 miles an hour.
Boss, that Maxwell couldn't go 40 miles an hour if it was spring and there was another Maxwell chasing it.
Just do as I say. And by the way, Rochester, on the way home, I want you to stop off at the market and pick up some oranges and watercress. You know, we're on a diet.
I'm going to get some pork chops, too. I don't like that editorial weed.
A little dieting won't hurt you either. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss,
Now what?
I've been listening to the program tonight, and I'd like to be included in that club. I want you to take 10% out of my salary every week for wash stands.
Well, that's swell, Rochester. Thanks.
Of course, a little raise would help Uncle Sam, too. Go on, boy.
Well, he's taking me out anyway, so I guess I'll have to kick in. You know, folks, I've been spending Sunday evenings with you for quite a few years. And I'll bet a good cigar that by now you think you know me pretty well. Jack Benny, the guy who just stands around and tries to be funny. But did you ever think of me as an ordinary fellow with a home and a family who reads the papers and listens to the news on the radio and goes a little crazy trying to figure things out? You know, there are a lot of things about this war that are way over my head. I'm not one of those experts. But there's one thing that's as clear in my mind as it should be in yours. This is a total war. Every one of us must do something. For one thing, we can buy bonds. But are we buying them? Are we putting 10% of our salary into war bonds? Some of us, yes. But all of us, not by a long shot. So let's all start doing it. And when we buy those bonds, remember, we're not doing the government a favor. We're the government. This is my war and your war. So let's get rolling, hard and fast. The time is short. Thank you very, very much.
This was the
This program coming from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company.